Hey guys, so today's video I got up nice and early for a sunrise in the Wicklow Hills in Ireland. This is Glendalough Lake, and you can see the sun just hitting the tops of the mountains there in the distance. So here I'm just taking a panorama kind of shot here. I'm using the Canon 55 to 250mm lens, and I'm just panning around great orientation as I pan around, and for each sort of horizontal row of pan that I do, I focus once on a spot and I keep the button held down halfway so the light metering doesn't adjust, or the focus doesn't adjust as I go across. So it keeps each row consistent, so it's better when you go to stitch them together afterwards. So this is the pan here. It's a little bit difficult to show it on the YouTube format, but I just in a quick sort of zoom towards where the sun's hitting the mountains there, and you can see a waterfall in the center over there as well. So now I've actually walked up around the top of the mountains here. So the lake I was just at is the lake in the foreground just on the bottom left here. And I'm trying to get a good shot of the lower lake, it's called, across in this valley here. So I'm just zooming in quite close, getting the lake in the center and the valley on either side, because there's some light just coming through the valley and it's catching some of the trees, and there's some really nice light. So as you can see, the light just coming through the valley here, and it's highlighting this left side as it's sweeping around through the valley, as the lake and the right side is still in the shade. And here's just another quick panorama I thought I'd show. This is from the first shot I took. This is but from above the lake than this time. I found this really cool waterfall in this valley here when I was on a walk in a different area in the Wicklow Hills, and there's some nice foam catching at the front here, so I wanted to get like a foreground of the foam to make that sort of a feature, and with the waterfall in the distance. So I dipped my tripod here onto the bottom. I had to be quite careful, I didn't want to drop the camera, but it was quite solid at the bottom, just rock, so I knew it wasn't going to sink in or something. So I was just trying to get like the foreground just looking right over the foam, and then having the waterfall in the back. But as it turned out, I didn't like the shot as much as I thought it would. It made the waterfall look smaller than it actually is, and it was just a bit of a weird composition. I just wasn't feeling it so well. So then I decided to recompose the shot, try and come up high and still get the foam in the foreground, but I put on a long exposure, had the neutral density filters on the front of the lens. I think I was using the 17 to 40mm lens on this shot here, and I was just testing out different shutter speeds depending on how much swirl it would give the foam. So a few times it was a bit too long and you can't really see the foam that well, it's too blurry. Other times it was a bit sharp, it just looked almost just like a normal shot. So in the end I found a good balance of a blurriness and the swirl of the foam in the foreground, and you got a nice smooth water from the waterfall. I like the way the light was catching the leaves at the top of the waterfall, and the bottom half of this composition is quite dark. It gives it something quite dramatic feel about it. So I hope you liked today's video and the photos, and I appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. Thanks.